I've never seen a man this badass. Just because these big trees are so sturdy. He turned them into a fantastical treehouse home. The generous space easily accommodates one person living there. The spacious living area makes you feel free and unrestrained. It's definitely the best retreat for camping in the wild. Because the previous shelter was built underground, a heavy rain made him suffer from damp-induced aches. Rick had to shoulder his pack and set out again. This time, he planned to put the shelter up in the trees. The big trees before him were, without doubt, the best choice. He measured the width of the whole spot himself. Then started cutting some long, slender willow branches, as long as he gathered enough. He could use them to build a support frame for the shelter. Thanks to their ideal length and flexible stiffness, he bent them one by one to form arched outlines, and crisscrossed them over and under. Around the sides he wove them in horizontally, fixing each willow strip in place. From the outside it resembled a bird's nest big enough to host an artist. With a few broad, sweeping moves, the whole nest was already more than halfway down. Next he moved on to the finishing work, continuing with the same technique to weave everything together. He even left openings for the entrance along the way. Although the whole frame didn't look very large, it was more than enough to fit one person, since he needed to haul this big thing up. Rick quickly made himself a small wooden ladder that would make climbing up and down much easier. He fixed a load-bearing frame above and tested it with 180 gin, about 90 kilograms, no problem at all. Then he secured the base firmly to hoist the nest up smoothly. He planned to use his pulley and ropeway, using the rear tree as support, with the base acting as a wheel. By slowly cranking it, he could save a lot of effort and inch this huge bird's nest upward. After a few big, steady moves, the nest finally sat nestled among the trees. To be safe, Rick added another crossbeam at the bottom to give the whole frame more stability. Then he went to the stream to collect clay. In the wild, you have to use nearby resources efficiently. That's how you really thrive. This combo of clay plus straw mixed together makes the strongest concrete in the wild. It's perfect for forming the shelter's walls. Couldn't be more suitable. Thanks to Rick often watching survival shows, every step was second nature to him. Whether it was ingenious design or adaptability in the wild, his every move had the bearing of a king. Soon the entire nest was finished. Rick spread straw inside. Watching Rick work so hard to build a house, why not just rent one? If you want to rent, I recommend renting directly from landlords on 58.com. No agency fees. Then he took a few supple willow twigs and wove them together, making a door for the shelter that was both good-looking and secure. With that, the whole shelter blended perfectly into nature. You could tell Rick was quite satisfied. He then fastened a few thin sticks and wrapped them together with willow strips. He also covered it with clay in the process. Can you tell what he's making? That's right, a clay fireplace, the most practical thing in the wild. This is worth learning and practicing. You never know when you'll need it. As the light slowly faded, it was time for everyone's favorite part. Rick lit a blazing fire with dry kindling to dry out the fireplace first, then took out his cooking gear and got to work. Pan on, oil in. He put in a few hefty ribs, then added onions and carrots to boost the flavor. Just listen to that sizzle. It makes you want to eat with gusto. Add the long-prepared cheesy rice, and as the fire burns stronger and stronger, A pot of fresh, delicious food was soon ready. I believe nothing could be happier than this moment. One bite could wipe away a day's fatigue. After eating and drinking his fill, the sky had completely turned dark. For safety's sake, he headed back to the shelter early and fell into a peaceful sleep.